And women, in my experience, can't take honesty. They say they want it, but they actually can't take it, because if you're brutally honest with a woman, it cuts deep to her soul. Do you know what I mean? Like, guys speak to guys a certain way, and guys know that they can speak to guys and say, and a guy can have a dry kneecap, right? And he'd be like, yo, bro, your kneecap's dry, bro. But if a girl did that to another girl, she'd be like, oh my God, she's hating. Oh my God, why'd she say it like that? Like, so women take things differently from men. And I think that has to be really like put into perspective when thinking about his message, because Kevin Samuels was a man and women were coming to a man for advice, and he told the advice like a man would tell a man. First question is, what did Kevin Samuels do wrong?
Who wants to start?
What did he do wrong?
I don't think he did anything wrong. I think he was very controversial, in my opinion. I think he said a lot of things factually, but to trigger an emotional response. I think he probably stirred the pot a little bit more than he should have. But with regards to his topics, I don't see anything wrong per se in what he did, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. I think he just spoke the truth, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, and not everyone likes hearing the truth, and he was just a bit too honest to say.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
Like, what did he do wrong? Because people were celebrating his death, man.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that he tells the truth. Do you agree with everything that he's said?
Well, certain things, you know, but I just believe that, you know, he was just straight up honest about it. It's things that people are scared to admit or talk about. You know, certain things you might agree with, but you can't say because you're scared of what other people might believe. And he wasn't scared of that. He was just like, this is the truth. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it. Yeah, that's that.
So I personally think, and this is just from the understanding I have of his content, because I wasn't an avid watcher, I think that, in my opinion, the conversations he was having about what serves as a foundation for a relationship, because he positioned himself as a dating coach, I think that he focused a lot on the superficial attributes of what people look at when they're trying to partner with each other. So, for example, he would speak about, you know, men in how they look at a female's physical attributes, you know, and some of those things, and how that's going to be the main attraction factor when you're trying to have a partner. And he would say with women, it may be looks, but it's also a man's financial status and, you know, all of these things. And I feel like that does play a role in partnerships. But I think that in comparison to these long-term relationships where you have people who build a foundation that stands the test of time, where someone isn't, you know, looking their best all the time, or they lose their money. I think that foundation of superficiality is something that he focused on, and I don't think that's substantive for a long-term partnership. And if that was his objective, to cultivate long-term partnerships, I think that's where he fell short.
Okay, so you've go on, Abraham.
Well, I mean, what you said, I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I disagree with you because what he's saying is, for example, where we originally come from, people kind of see it that way. Okay. For example, let's say in Africa or somewhere like that, right?
Yeah.
Normally, the rich, you know, like if you want to marry someone, their parents, even the family itself, does the guy have money? Yes or no? If you don't, even if they, you know, you love the person, they, you know, the man doesn't have money, it's very rare your family's gonna allow you to be with that man.
Yeah.
Right? And then obviously the reverse, you know, if the man wants to marry someone, of course he knows he has the money and he's in a good state. He wants beautiful kids. He wants, you know, go home like I don't want to say like a prize, you know, like, oh, friends come over, like, yeah, look at my wife, you know, she's beautiful, blah, 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 you know, and it's the reverse, you know, the white wife is doing the same thing. Oh, look at my husband, he's rich, he's got this, we live in a big house. Of course, it's not everybody, but I'm saying majority. So I feel like he just went ahead and just, you know, that's how he saw it, and that's how most of us in our country is as well. Even right now, that's the reality over there. But of course, here is a bit different. But over there, I agree with some of the things he was saying because that was the reality. For example, in Africa.
Yeah.
But over here, the reality is very different.
I think it's the same thing here.
I think it's exactly the same.
Here in America, or at least the Western countries, it's the same thing, if not worse.
Yeah.
You know, what majority of women go for, or a certain type of woman goes for, and what men go for are not all the same thing, but not just in Africa. And I feel like he saw that, and he was just talking about what an average 20 to 25-year-old male or female would go for in the opposite sex would be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you would want to be paid for on the first date. So if a guy doesn't have the money, therefore he's not. You won't even look at him. So I think I understand what you're saying in terms of him being superficial, but that's the climate we live in.
Yeah.
So he's just speaking on that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that fully encompasses everything she says. So we're talking about superficiality, right?
Yeah.
Everything you can see.
Yeah.
She's more talking about the fact that he portrays himself as a dating coach, but doesn't go past the point of the superficiality, right? I think he's more so coming in at the initiation part, where of course everything is going to be physical, but in terms of a long-term relationship, what I believe would be due to a long-term relationship is consistent action.
Yes.
So, for instance, the first thing you start out with in the relationship, you do evolve as people. You do change, and I think people don't understand that. Right. So that consistent action allows you to say, okay, cool, I'm going to continue doing this for my partner, so on and so forth.
So do you think that's what he lacked? Do you think he lacked the fact that he was like...
More depth.
Yeah.
He needed more depth.
Yeah.
More depth.
But I think before we can say that, we need to know if he actually came out to be a dating coach.
No,
He was an image. No, he was an image consultant.
An image consultant. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So I personally don't know. All the videos I saw of him was him having one-to-one conversations.
Yeah.
Sort of addressing people's wants and desires and sort of ranking them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that's a
Yeah.
dating coach per se, but I don't know any of his other content if he's saying he is a dating coach or anything beyond what he was saying, if he's advising people on how to sustain a long-term relationship. I didn't see that aspect of him for me to say.
So in terms of, I'm going off her statement. If he's coming off as a dating coach, if it's an image consultant,
That's different. Yeah.
that's a little bit different. But even then, I don't think he did anything wrong by stating. He gave statistical facts. If we're going to be completely honest, the way he delivered it,
Right.
ate at people in terms of.
Do you think women don't like facts?
No, I don't. I just don't feel like they can handle it within themselves if the shoe was to fit.
Right.
Like if the shoe fit, I don't think they would be able to say to themselves, "I am."
What he's describing?
Yeah.
What he's describing.
And they don't want to look in the mirror and say, he's talking about
I
me.
wouldn't say that's the case for everyone. But in terms of, it's, as I said, delivery.
Because the people that were celebrating his death, when men weren't celebrating his death like that.
Yeah.
Like, go on.
I think also, on the other end, aside from the dating advice, he had some very different beliefs. And say this one, he was talking with a lady, and I think she had gotten a divorce or something. But basically, he was saying, if your child is saying that your partner sexually assaulted them, that you shouldn't believe the child. No, this is on video. Like, he said that you shouldn't. Why would you believe the child? Like, they're lying. Like, you're gonna ruin.
Hang on.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not making this up. He's like, you're gonna give away your relationship for your child. Like, you're just gonna believe your child. And the lady's like, hell yeah. If you're telling me that a grown adult is touching my child, why would I? And
he
he's
said
like,
that.
I
haven't seen that.
Did he get to touch?
I need to see that.
I need to see that.
For me to be able to.
I'm not saying you're lying, but
No, he did.
I'm my feelings are not in this. Like, this is quite literally like the one of the most controversial things before his passing, like quite recently. And he's like, why would you believe the child? And so that is very.
No,
if he said that, that's wild.
Yeah, he said that.
I thought it was something to do with if your child comes out the bath naked and your significant other was to look at them. That's what I remembered. Like, and then the case was if the child said something. But I can't remember. Like, if that's the case, then that's a bit.
Yeah, that's wild. If he said, believe the child.
I just heard the part where, of course, like, you come out the place naked. It's your child. Like, it's a child. Like, why? Because there's two parts to it. It's like, okay, it's a child, so technically if they come out naked, I know it's a bit weird, like, you shouldn't see them that way anyway. It's like, okay, they run around that way anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
children do.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
So, but on the other hand, it's like, okay, this person is not my child's father. So that may be a different angle towards
Right.
it. So if they come out the shower naked and then they're looking at them and then they say something, that's a different story because that's not the child's father.
What else did he do wrong, do you think?
I don't think he did. Yeah.
I think if
he did do anything.
It's a bit in the middle because I do believe that some of his advice was head on, if meeting someone, you're going off of looks. Just meeting someone doesn't mean that that's going to be the substance of your relationship. But firsthand, how does this person look? Like, you're not walking up to someone that is unattractive in your eyes.
Right.
And so, sure, lose weight. You want to be in your best health. Change.
Women didn't like him saying that.
No, but that's
they don't like him saying that.
Yeah, I know that, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of people do not find fat attractive.
Listen, I know plenty of guys that like big girls that are attractive.
No, I'm not saying that, but
I like a little bit of a fupa myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you got a little bit of a fupa, I might be there. You know what I'm saying?
The skinniest person, but as long as you're maintaining health, and I think that was his point of saying, do something with yourself. You can't be in your worst condition and wondering, why the next person doesn't like me. Shit, you don't even like yourself. So how would someone else like you? So I think it was more on that side. But
what do you think of his delivery?
The delivery was terrible.
So this is what I described Kevin Samuels as, right?
No.
I described Kevin Samuels, as the Amazon delivery driver who just throws your package at the door. He throws your package at the door. However, the package is still inside.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing that you need, the thing that you want, is still inside. And you got upset and angry at the way it was delivered. Not every Amazon delivery driver is going to knock on your door and be like, "How you doing, ma'am? How you doing, sir? Here's your package. Have a good day." Some of them are going to throw it at your door and just go on the next. But the question for me is, did you get your package?
Yeah. But was the package broken when I got it?
No, it's intact.
So here's the thing.
How'd you know?
It's intact because
hypothetically.
Hypothetically, it's like
But hypothetically, you didn't say that. Hypothetically, you said he's the Amazon driver that threw the package.
and
but
left.
As a
Only the
metaphor,
person knows.
But the package,
When they open up the package, whether it's broken.
if it's broken, that's because
That's a different-
You didn't get the message.
Yeah.
right? Exactly.
Okay.
The message is what's inside. Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
So you can get the message. Someone can give you a message.
Yeah.
They can tell you your trainers are black, and they can say your trainers are fucking black. It's the same message, right? But it was delivered differently.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's what I want to say to that, because I think I saw something about this online, because I saw a lot of conversations about, Kevin Samuels and his legacy. And one thing I saw that I think is critical is talking about impact versus intent. So, let's say that Kevin Samuels really wanted to position himself as someone who's providing this counsel to people so they can make decisions based on what's available to them. Fine, that could have been his intent, right? But then the impact when you are essentially berating, because some of the videos I saw, he was downright berating these people. There's no way to get around it. I saw videos of him berating both men and women. And so let's say that he wanted to provide this advice to them so that they could basically, improve their lives and, make better decisions. The way he went about it was almost like an insulting way. And I feel as though that kind of the impact of that is hurtful. So whether or not the message was even received is questionable, because now they're so focused on their hurt and the things that have been done to them that they're not able to see, okay, is there any truth in what he's saying? And I think that's where the problem lies.
Do you know what I think it is? I think Kevin Samuels is older.
Okay.
Yeah. And the two people that tell the truth unequivocally, in my experience, are children and old people. A child will look at you and be like, "Oh, you got a bogey in your nose." That's what a child would do, right? Because they it's the innocence. And then the older person will be like, "What's that shit in your nose? Get that." And the thing is, I think with Kevin Samuels, he's an older person who just wanted to say what he wanted to say. He didn't care about your feelings. He just wanted to say what he wanted to say.
I think his delivery was necessary, even though it was a bit harsh. It was necessary because from the videos I saw, he's talking to people who are deluded. So. Again, from the videos I saw, not everyone who he spoke with. So, for example, if I'm sitting here and telling you I want to get Rihanna, that's my goal and that's what I deserve, and I deserve nothing less. In reality, you guys are gonna be thinking, "What the fuck are you talking about?" In reality, and if you wanted to be honest with me, you would speak to me in the way Kevin Samuels spoke, depending on how braggadocious I was in saying I
Yeah.
deserve Rihanna and nothing else.
Okay.
So the women and men I saw him speak to were people who seemed entitled, and for people like that, you can't be nice or soft. You have to kind of be direct and harsh with them, because it's a reality check.
Do you know what I think it is also? Women are used to, in my experience, women are used to other women talking to them and lying to them.
100%.
Like, that's in my experience. Like, women will, your hair looks amazing, girl. Don't worry about it. Knowing that her hair doesn't look amazing, right? And when women are going to a man for advice and they want it honestly, he's going to give honesty. And women, in my experience, can't take honesty. They say they want it, but they actually can't take it, because if you're brutally honest with a woman, it cuts deep to her soul. Do you know what I mean? Like, guys speak to guys a certain way, and guys know that they can speak to guys and say, and guy can have a dry kneecap, right? And he'd be like, yo, bro, your kneecap's dry, bro. But if a girl did that to another girl, she'd be like, oh my God, she's hating. Oh my God, why she say it like that? Like, so women take things differently from men. And I think that has to be really like put into perspective when thinking about his message, because Kevin Samuels was a man and women were coming to a man for advice, and he told the advice like a man would tell a man.
Yeah.
Also, I think after the first few 10 to 50 videos, everyone going to him knows what they're going for. So you can't, you know
This
what
is
you're
true.
going for.
This is true. This
how
is
are
true.
you hurt? And you're not saying anything different. You're not sort of doing research and preparing yourself to sort of catch him out. You're going to say the exact same thing the last 50 women or men said, knowing what he's going to say to you. So
I had one problem. When I watched his videos at certain points, is that he hates when people overtalk him.
yeah, he does.
But he overtalks people.
Yeah,
Because it's his show.
He does. But it's
Which is fair enough, but
it's his show.
I don't
Yeah,
like
you're going to him for advice, though.
No, but I don't like hypocrites.
Yeah, true.
No, that's
true.
I don't think that's.
I don't like it's not fair to be a hypocrite. It's fair to be a hypocrite.
Like-
But hang on a minute. I'm Pearl right now, okay?
Yeah.
And this is my show, and if people are confused, I am Pearl. If you guys tuned in for Pearl, here I am. But if this is my show, and I'm like the moderator of the show, and I'm trying to have a show, and I'm trying to moderate it, and I'm trying to get somewhere, and you're trying to talk over me, I will tell you, don't talk over me, because I've actually got something to do.
Yeah.
I've got a vision.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's wrong.
No, that's not wrong.
No,
You
that's
said
not what I said.
He also would speak over people. So when somebody's making their point, he'd speak over them. So that's why he mentioned.
No,
Yeah,
you start
I don't have a
talking right now.
problem.
You start talking right
Right,
now.
so if I started talking over you as you started speaking,
Exactly.
it's,
but he's the operator, though.
listen, this is a dictatorship.
You know what I
This
mean?
is not a democracy now.
But the thing is, even if you were to overtalk me, I'd let you talk, and then but I wouldn't say my point. I'd be stuck on. I'd tell you that you overspoke me, and I'd tell you that you're a hypocrite, and then what then? Then everyone
fair.
that's watching
That's fair.
will know that you're a hypocrite.
That's fair. If that's your tactic. If that's
No,
what
it's
you're
not a
doing.
tactic. It's not a tactic. But it's just like it's just like why it's about respect.
Do you go to the doctors?
Hold on. It's about respect.
Go on.
Go on, man. Go on.
If you're about if you say, okay, cool, I'm gonna give you the respect, I deserve the respect of not being overspoken by, then you should also treat someone as you'd like to be treated.
Yeah.
Cool, but do you go to the doctors?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Sometimes, and when you
When I
go,
need them.
you need for something from them, right?
Yeah.
when I need them.
And when they're talking, you cut them and try, finish their sentences.
Okay, no.
But they can stop you, right?
Hold on. Yeah.
Exactly, because you're going to them. They know what you came
Yeah,
for.
but you have to tell them what's wrong first.
Exactly. I was about
So
to say that.
they're not gonna cut you off without you saying your case in point, whatever you're coming there from, because they need the full information. In fact, more time than not, I feel like doctors ask more questions than even what you're giving them
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
first
true.
hand.
I feel like it's a power trip, whether it's your show or not.
Yeah.
But
There's
I
no
don't care.
explanation.
Like,
Yeah.
it's your show, but why do you have to talk over people? And why does your way or the highway? But if that was the case, nobody would come on your show, because if nobody liked that, nobody would show up. So it's,
But then, have you ever spoken to like you were saying before? Have you ever spoken to like a deluded person and just been frustrated what they're actually saying?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the time, that's what was happening with Kevin Samuels. He was speaking to people thinking, I've done this a million times, and what you're saying to me is absolute BS. Yeah? I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of what it was. So when people are saying he done that, he shouldn't have spoken to people like that, I just think that he had done this a million times.
But at the same time,
You see it
that's
coming.
your show.